Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this video in one go, therefore I apologise in advance if I stumble over my words going forwards, and indeed if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well, if there's any lag, anything like that at all. Sadly it can't be helped, and hopefully it's not too much of an issue for you. This is yet another Eurovision 2021 related video here on my channel, and today I am going back to talking about Melodifestivalen, which, as we all know, is the Swedish selection method for the Eurovision Song Contest. It's been going for a very long time, many decades. It is pretty much the biggest show, the biggest event on Swedish television every year. In fact, the first heat, which was last weekend at the time of recording this video, was watched by over 3 million Swedes. That is really quite impressive indeed. Heat 2 is this weekend. That will be on Saturday the 13th of February, and 7 more acts will take to the stage at the Annexet in Stockholm. All the shows this year, of course, because of the ongoing pandemic, are taking place in front of no crowd at the Annexet, which is part of the Globen complex in southern Stockholm. The Globen, of course, has hosted Eurovision twice before. So yes, 7 more acts. 2 will go directly to the final in a few weeks, and 2 will progress through to what's known as the second chance round, where they will face off against each other in several duels, and 4 more songs will make the final. Before I get into semi-final 2 or heat 2, and I am on the svtplay.se website ready to listen to 1-minute snippets of the 7 songs in Heat 2. They were revealed earlier today. I want to briefly talk about semi-final 1, which occurred on February the 6th. I'll just go through the songs briefly as they were in the actual running order. So song 1 was a newcomer to Melfest, One Touch by Kadiatu. And when the list of participants was announced several weeks ago now, a long time ago, I thought that Kadiatu was probably going to be one of the breakout stars of this year's Melfest. I thought that she was probably going to make the final, not going through the second chance round either. And when I did my little bit of research off camera, as I do with the names that I'm not wholly familiar with, I really did start thinking that she was probably going to be a direct to final participant. However, she's gone, finished 6th out of 7 acts. I find this a little bit surprising, but I think the issue, and those of you who've seen the first heat of Melfest this year or just watched the performances, you might think the same as me. She didn't seem totally comfortable performing this at all. Maybe it was nerves, I don't know. She didn't seem to be enjoying herself that much. She didn't seem to be really into this track, which is quite up-tempo, quite clubby in terms of its beat, very contemporary, very chart-friendly. They went for a lot of purple lighting, and there was a bit of choreography, but it wasn't too over the top. It was, it suited the song quite well, and I thought the whole thing, the whole performance, wasn't too shabby at all. The vocals maybe were a little bit wobbly in the last minute, but I thought this was good enough to at least reach the second chance round. Saying that, maybe if I watch it again, I will realise that actually it wasn't strong enough. I don't know, I'm starting to ramble. I hope that she comes back. It will probably be as early as next year. Song 2, this was really great, it must be said. I'm thrilled this is through. It's a rock number, rock/metal. It's Pretender by Lilla Sister, a band that have been going for years. The vocals were good, the staging was good. They went for this sort of flickering TV effect, lots of flashing lights. And it's quite an accessible tune as well. If you're not somebody who listens to rock or metal that much, this song, you know, it's not really difficult to get into. It's not too aggressive, it's not too in your face. It's actually quite melodic, certainly the start of this song with flames across the front of the stage. I thought it was really wonderfully done. And the chorus has been stuck in my head since last week. And maybe it's been the same for you. I thought this was terrific. And it's about damn time that we had a song like this in Melfest, standing out from the field, because this certainly did, even though it was on second. We've had rock songs, rock acts before, metal acts before in Melfest. It's been a while. Dead by April, you might remember them. They actually made the final. We've had Ammo Track, Outrigger. But yes, it has been a while. This is a breath of fresh air, and it's much welcome. Very welcomed. Song 3, Jessica Randesson, a Melfest veteran, back for what must be her 8th or 9th attempt. She's been at Eurovision before as part of Fame in 2003 in Riga. This was Horizon. Listening to it, it was sort of a typical Jessica Randesson Melfest entry, truth be told. It wasn't really flamboyant, it wasn't super low key. She looked great and sounded good, as we all thought she would. But honestly, this was quite forgettable. Finishing 5th is not too much of a shock to me. I really don't mind it, but I've sort of already gone off it. Song 4, Paul Ray, returning with The Missing Piece. Talking in My Sleep was fine. I actually like this more. It's got a sort of nostalgic vibe to it, and I got that from the 1-minute snippet that I listened to this time last week. There were sort of various structures, I guess, on stage. He was standing on a little podium at the start, if I recall. It's been a few days since I saw the performance. His voice is very nice, but I can't quite say for sure whether I really like his voice or not. It seems to me, and I know I'm not phrasing this correctly, but it's almost as if he's sort of putting a little bit of a twang when he sings, a sort of country twang almost. He's got a very interesting voice. But anyway, the song is nice. I thought this was probably going to go directly to the final. It's into the second chance round. I think it probably finished 3rd, and I do think we probably will see Paul in this year's Melfest final. I can understand why some people are indifferent on it. It doesn't sound that original at all, but I certainly don't mind it. Song 5, Arvingarna. The dad band, if you will, represented Sweden in 1993 with Eloise. Great song, finished in the top 10. Been in Melfest a whole bunch of times. I think this is their 6th entry, something like that. They are well loved in Sweden, and this song is exactly what you probably thought it was going to be. Schlager pop. It was so well performed. They're so good at what they do. It's charming, it puts a smile on your face, and I think they have broad appeal. Certainly a lot of older Melfest fans who can vote would probably have really enjoyed this, and I think for younger Melfest viewers, I'm sure they didn't mind this much either. It's fun. You know, it was quite a vibrant performance. They had these light structures on stage, which reminded me and a lot of other people of Australia 2015 in Vienna, where Guy Sebastian, of course, with the lamps and everything. It was really good. They were all in suits, great vocals, very fun, in Swedish. I'm really quite glad this has gone through, in all honesty. It's just fun. I know I'm repeating myself. I really enjoyed it. I've watched the performance back loads of times as well. Song 6, Natalie Bridolf, a Melfest newcomer with fingerprints. This was a ballad. This was always going to get lost in the mix, truth be told. Really beautiful, great vocals, but didn't stand out nearly enough. Sandwiched between two songs that were more memorable in terms of their delivery. Simple as that. I don't mind it. And then Song 7, Danny Salcedo, twice a Melfest runner-up. This was Dandy Dancer, very slick staging. And if we know anything about Sweden at Eurovision, they love slick staging. Remember Robin Bengtsson with the treadmills, Benjamin Ingrosso with the light-up box, or whatever it was. This as well, it was just very slickly done. I don't really like this song that much. But then again, Danny has a lot of fans, so this was always likely to go directly to the final. And it's fairly catchy, and he's a pretty good performer, and it's in Swedish. But there's something really lacking from this. I'm not a big fan. Nevertheless, I think he won this heat. Arvingarna second, Paul third, Lilla Sister fourth. Natalie was last, by the way. Now I've finished rambling about semi-final 1. Semi-final 2. Now hopefully there won't be too much lag here, and the audio that I'm listening to won't cut out too much. But Song 1 in Heat 2 this weekend, as I'm recording this, is Anton Ewald, who's been in Melfest twice before. Natural didn't do that well. I think he came last. But his first Melfest entry was Begging, which I think finished 4th in 2013. Bit of a fan favourite, that one. Really decent pop song. He's gone away, progressed with his career, and now he's decided the time is right to come back. He doesn't look any older. This song he's co-written with Joe Killington, Maya Strumstead and Jonas Valin. It's New Religion. 1 minute long clips of the audio. Absolute first impressions. Here we go. Okay, this is quite chilled out. Sparse instrumentation, but we've got some finger clicks now. He's got quite a smooth voice. Okay. Some drums. Quite funky. Very The Weeknd, if you're familiar with his music. I don't mind this, but it's not blowing me away. Not bad. I'm sure it might be quite reliant on staging. I'm not disappointed. It's sort of what I expected from Anton. Pop is his thing, pretty much, isn't it? Yeah. What else is there to say? Just needed a bit more oomph. Maybe as the song progresses, we will get that. The next song is Julia Alfrida with Rich. Now, Julia is 25. She's from a place called Åkersberga. And she won, I believe, the P4 Nesta competition. She won it with Dark Doom. Oh, no, she didn't win it. She finished 6th. But she was given a wild card to participate in this year's Melfest. P4 Nesta is a sort of little competition that takes place well before the following year's Melfest, and the winner of it, although not in this instance, gets to go to Melfest the following year. Anyway, Julia Alfrida. The song is called Rich, and I'm just going to load it up here. Now, the winners, or in this case, not the winner, of P4 Nesta never seems to do that well. But anyway, here we go. It's just loading up. This is quite sultry. Reminds me a bit of Funny Girl, the Latvian entry a few years ago. Ever so slightly. Also reminds me of Victoria, the Bulgarian representative. I'm not a big fan of the refrain. I don't see this standing out much. It's got a bit of sass, but not a whole lot. Julia has written this with Jimmy Jansson. He's been in Melfest as a singer twice before and has written plenty of Melfest entries. Melody Weber has also written this. Fairly underwhelmed by that. I don't see it qualifying, but then again, what do I know? The chorus was quite disappointing. Staging might help it, but otherwise I think it's an NQ. But feel free to let me know your thoughts. Song 3 is Val featuring Sammy. This is a rap number. For the sake of this video, let's just say it's called 90-talet. And this has been written by Sami Rekik, Christopher Valberg, Josephine Glenmark, Jesper Welander and Andreas Larsson. This will be the 1000th Melfest track. Rap is not really my thing, but let's give it a listen. It's in Swedish, yeah. Okay, this isn't too bad. Quite a nice melody. I don't mind this. Sort of Phil Collins drums in the back. Oh, and now we've got this up-tempo 80s sound. It seems to be a regular thing this year. This is not bad. I was expecting more straight-up rap. Oh, that was not bad. That might be the best one so far. Goodness gracious me. Let me know your thoughts on that. I was pleasantly surprised. Next up, just hold on a second, it's Frida Green. Now, when I did my research off camera, this woman had a sensational voice. A little bit of information, she's 28, she's from Istad. She was on a talent show called Talang in 2018. She released a single as a tribute to Greta Thunberg. Lovely. And she reached the final of Got Talent, yes, Talang 2018. I don't know if she won it. She's had a few singles before. So this woman has a big voice, an impressive voice. She's got orange hair. Anna Bergendahl has co-written this. And we love Anna Bergendahl, at least we do on this channel. Joy Deb, David Lindgren, Zacharias, and Bobby Ljunggren have co-written this. Let's give it a listen. The Silence by Frida Green. Fairly typical pop beat here. Yeah. This is not bad. This could be staged very nicely. Vocals are good. But I feel like I've heard it before. I'm sure there's going to be a big note coming. But we'll have to wait until the weekend to hear it. I really don't mind that. Again, staging will help matters because it might end up being a bit too forgettable. I've not been absolutely blown away by any song just yet, and I'm pretty sure that will be the case for song 5 as well. Eva Rydberg and Juveros with Rena Rama Ding Dong. Now, something tells me this is just going to be a very silly track. Göran Spardal, Charlotte Rydberg and Ari Letonen have written this one. Now, Eva is 77, from Malmö. She's been in a bunch of films, released a couple of albums, done a lot of theatre work. And Eva, or Juva, is 71, from Borås. And, yeah, I think she's a fairly well-known figure too in Sweden. So anyway, here it is, song 5. We get a song like this every year, don't we? Rena Rama Ding Dong. Oh. A bird tweeting there. Yodeling. I mean, this is dated. There's a little rock and roll. Yeah, this isn't that amazing. It's alright. I mean... who knows? This could make the second chance round. It's fairly fun, fairly up-tempo, but in all honesty, it's not a song that you can take super seriously. I don't think it should be going through. So there's only 2 left. Now, Patrick Jean could be a serious contender here. He co-wrote Move for the Mamas, which, as we all know, won Melfest last year. It's the same songwriting team for his solo entry, Tears Run Dry. He's co-written it with Herman Gardafe and Melanie Weber. Patrick, whose name is Jean Patrick Olsson, is 30, from Stockholm, and he's influenced apparently by Sam Smith and Whitney Houston. 2 albums don't seem to have made much of an impact, mainly because they were independent releases. This could be his big breakout hit then. Tears Run Dry. This could be a serious contender. Here we go. Oh yeah, this sounds very radio friendly. Oh yeah, this is going through. Top 4 definite. I like this. But again, I feel like I've heard it before. Yeah. Thin on lyrics, perhaps. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. I look forward to hearing the whole thing. He's got a pretty good voice. I'm sure he's going to be fairly charismatic on camera. It's got a slight R&B tinge to it. I don't mind it. That is probably... I don't want to say it's definitely going to finish in the top 2, but it's going to be right up there. Which leaves Dotter. Of course, nearly won Melfest last year, just 1 point between her and the Mamas. Bulletproof was great. And I'm sure a lot of people online are comparing this song, Little Tot, an interesting title for an entry, comparing this to Bulletproof. But of course, her first Melfest track was Cry, which was surprisingly knocked out in the second or third heat a few years ago, or whatever it was. And I thought that was very good. That was one of my favourite Melfest tracks that year. Maybe it was a little bit too over people's heads, if you see what I mean. But anyway, Bulletproof was a bit more poppy, and she was interacting with the light, which not a lot of artists do on stage. I thought it worked really well. So anyway, Little Tot. Lots of people really loving this, maybe getting a bit carried away, saying that it's our Melfest winner. Let's not forget we've got 2 more heats to go, plus every other country. So she's written this. Her real name's Johanna Jansson. How old is she now? About my age. Dino Medan-Hodzic has also written this. She's older than me, 33. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This is surely, even before I've heard a second of it, going to be our Heat 2 winner. Here we go. This sort of throbbing beat. Reminds me a bit of Lord, who I like. Again, this sort of beat, we're getting a lot. I like this. It's more up-tempo than Bulletproof. Be interesting if there's choreography. I'm sure there will be. That's it. I don't need to listen to them back. This is a long enough video as it is. Is it as good as Heat 1? I don't think so. It's probably on par. I don't think we've heard a Eurovision winner in that bunch. But brief thoughts once again. Anton Ewald, fine, needs a bit more oomph. Julia Alfreda, not a big fan of the chorus, can't see it doing that well at all. Val featuring Sammy, very pleasantly surprised. Would be quite happy already if that song reached the top 4. Song 4, Frida Green, quite nice, but really needs to stand out from the field. Song 5, Renorama Ding Dong. Come on now. Should this be in the top 4? I don't think so, but it's fun. Song 6, Patrick Jean, just the sort of middle-of-the-road thing that Sweden love. And I didn't mind it either. And then Song 7, Little Tot, should absolutely run away and be our Heat 2 semi-final 2 winner. And I would say that's currently my favourite as well. That's it. Nothing else to say, and nothing more to say. 25 minutes, goodness gracious me. Thank you very much if you stuck with me for this long. And I'll be back at some point soon. I don't know when. It might be regarding the Heat 3 songs, which we'll get this time next week. Or it might be to do with some other Eurovision song that we get before then. Until next time, I'm really starting to ramble now. This is not good. Take care of yourselves. Feel free to leave comments. Check out my social media pages in the description below. Take care of yourselves. I've already said that. Oh, dearie me. And bye for now.